Still trying to work out peace in Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. European leaders work out an outline for a plan in London with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at the forefront.
If you want to preserve the peace, you have to be prepared to defend the peace. So the reason I've been forward-leaning on this is because I want to avoid conflict.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was there days after a contentious meeting with President Trump at the White House where a U.S.-Ukraine minerals deal as part of war-ending talks fell apart. Secretary of State Marco Rubio tells ABC's This Week.
I hope this could all be reset. I hope he comes to the realization that we're actually trying to help his country here.
But Democrats are critical of the way the Trump administration is dealing with helping Ukraine as being too Russia-friendly. Senator Chris Murphy tells CNN State of the Union.
It is absolutely shameful what is happening right now. The White House has become an arm of the Kremlin.
It's getting tense again in Gaza. Israel's blocked food and other supplies from flowing into Palestinians.
Aid agencies are warning about catastrophic consequences. This comes after Israel offered Hamas an extension of the just-ended Phase 1 of that ceasefire agreement, which would include the release of more hostages, but no real give-back from Israel, like the removal of its military from Gaza. Hamas has rejected the plan, calling it blackmail and a war crime.
Fox's Greg Palcon in Tel Aviv. They handed out the Academy Awards last night.
And the Oscar goes to?
That's Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Well, maybe.
Unveiling Best Picture.
Anora.
Anora led the way with 5 Oscars, including Best Director for Sean Baker and Best Actress for Mikey Madison. The Best Actor award went to Adrian Brody for The Brutalist.
If I may just humbly begin by giving thanks for the tremendous outpouring of love that I've felt from this world.
Kieran Culkin got Best Supporting Actor. Zoe Saldana, Best Supporting Actress. America's listening to Fox News.
From around the world,
Trey Yingst joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel.
To Washington.
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
Well, finding a way to end Russia's war in Ukraine remains a big issue. Congress held a hearing into the U.S. military and special forces.
Texas Republican Congressman Ronnie Jackson described the role of special forces this way.
To combat the continuous and evolving threats posed by violent extremist organizations.
While Major General Peter Huntley, the commander of the Marine Special Operations, talked about the importance of special forces.
This is about maintaining and enhancing an elite, persistent, inside force that has the generational relationship with strategic partners and the capability to sense, make sense, and act faster than our adversaries.
Army Lieutenant General Jonathan Braga described special forces as lethal warriors, and all of the military leaders who testified stated that investments in special ops pay big national security dividends. Kevin Ureski, Fox News.
Yet another scare in the air on yet another flight.
A Delta flight from Boston to New Orleans was forced to make an emergency landing Sunday morning just after takeoff after a smoky odor was detected in the cabin. The Airbus A220, which was carrying 87 passengers and a crew of 5, made it safely back to the gate at Boston's Logan International Airport, where it was met by emergency responders. No one on board was injured. The airline issued a statement saying it followed protocol and sincerely apologized to its customers for the delay in their travels. The FAA is investigating. Daria Albinger, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising before a new week and month, coming off a losing February for the Dow and the NASDAQ. On the NASCAR track, a driver wins again.
Christopher Bell goes back-to-back super speedway road course winner.
Bell at the checkered flag in Austin, Texas on Fox a week after winning the race in Atlanta. He held off Daytona 500 winner William Byron, who finished second. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Members of the TBI assisted Overton County authorities last week in a sex offender compliance operation. The agency said Operation Hawkeye found 18 of 24 offenders to be in compliance. Authorities arrested 3 non-compliant offenders. There will be further investigation of 3 others. Tennessee Congressman John Rose has announced a run for governor in 2026. Rose unveiled his plans last week while giving a speech in Williamson County. That's the home county of U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn, who has previously said she is also considering a run to be the volunteer state's next governor. The town of Monterey says it's corrected an error in which the town's billing software has been undercharging some sewer customers for the past 5 years. A city press release said corrections will be reflected on March bills and will only be noticed for customers who exceed the 2,000-gallon minimum usage threshold. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06 now.
It's 27. We're going to get a high of close to 60 today. And our guest will be Director of the Boy Scouts of the Upper Cumberland, Keegan McGuffey, and former Scout Dr. Bob Bell and Steve Letty. And then at 7:30, Carolyn Isbell. She is an artist, a painter, and we'll talk about the exhibition that she's going to be part of.
All right, a few things you need to know. Integrative Animal Solutions, they're a pet food store in Sparta. They have their grand opening. They cook for your pet.
I like it.
That is some bougie pet
That's bougie
stuff
dogs
right
and
there.
cats.
That's, I mean, they have other stuff there, but part of it is natural pet food.
Nice.
Organic and stuff. So if you're super picky and bougie about your pet.
Or maybe sometimes your pet has allergies and they can't eat just any food.
Or yes, sometimes that does happen.
And sometimes people want them to have really good, nutritious food.
My parents had a dog that was allergic to stuff.
Did your mama cook for it?
I
bet she did.
She cooks for all the dogs.
All of the dogs.
Yeah.
That's now that you have gone out on your own.
That's why they have
That's a surrogate for Jason.
I'm not supposed to say this in public, but it's why they have a problem. my parents' dogs.
They're a little overweight.
A little overweight. Sheila.
How many dogs do they have?
2 right now.
Are they both overweight?
No, just one. The one that stays inside. Dixie.
Which is a cattle dog.
Fat.
Oh man. Operation United Hope, they are asking for people to become monthly donors. And you can become a monthly donor for as low as $10 a month. And what they're needing is help with their storage fees, electric and heat, website. And you can write checks to Operation United Hope or go to operationunitedhope.com. It is a Cookeville nonprofit, so you can find out more by going to their website.
Cooper Recycling, they've been around for a lot of years, and they have been able to get their hands on some new technology that's going to decrease waste in all the stuff that they do as far as recycling. But even better news, it's going to bring 25 to 30 jobs over the next few years. So That's very cool. Cooper Recycling. They're in Monroe. They're a shredding facility. I bet that's cool to watch for a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not like I want a job there or nothing. That's too hard. But I would love to go watch them shred some stuff.
It is pretty neat.
I like watching the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I bet that's just as, they could charge for that.
You've got a seat to watch the shredding.
It's almost time for the great shredding. You have like a shredder king come out there.
You'd want to be that too, wouldn't you?
For maybe one time.
Just to say you've done it.
Yeah, just the once would be fine.
Well, looks like there's going to be a show, a tribute to legends, is coming to the Alvin C. York Auditorium to raise money for Noteworthy. Tickets are selling fast for that. Looks like some of the tributes will be to Dolly Parton, Waylon Jennings, Blues Brothers, and more. And it's going to be on March 8th, 2 p.m. If they aren't sold out, you'll also be able to buy one at the door, but they're probably going to be sold out.
Who's the tribute to? Because it seems like the Blues Brothers got thrown in there last minute.
Blues Brothers, Dolly, Waylon Jennings, just a tribute to legends.
Oh, okay. All right.
They got thrown in there.
It was just weird because it was like Waylon and Dolly and the Blues Brothers. Like one of these kids is doing his own thing.
But all of them are legends.
Absolutely. I love the Blues Brothers. Sam and Dave and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can now travel back and forth in between Tennessee and North Carolina. They've got I-40 back open. It's still an active work zone though, so it will be a slow go through there, but it is open. So if you have business that you're having to travel I-40 and you've been waiting to head that way, or
it still may take a long time to go, but at least it's open now.
But it's open now.
Well, all veterans, Vietnam Veterans Appreciation Ceremony will be happening at White County High School. The JROTC is putting that on. It's going to be March 28th at White County High School gym to honor their service. So you can find out more about that by going on White County High School's website.
Today marks the 5-year anniversary of the tornado.
Has it been 5 years?
2020.
Wow.
2025.
Yeah.
So, and they're opening up a park with 2 monuments at the park. One honoring the 19 who passed during the tornado, and another showing appreciation to the first responders that were on the scene that day. And it's located behind the Veterans Services Building.
Okay.
And that opens up today. If you want to go by and show some respects or anything like that, or just go see the monuments. But 5 years today for the tornado. Man, crazy time.
Yeah. So they're having a ceremony. What time is that ceremony?
I didn't say what time the ceremony is.
Yeah.
I'll have to go check that out, or find a more recent press release. Okay.
But that'd be good.
I'll be on the hunt for that.
Well, that's all the things you need to know that I have. Have you got any more?
Yeah. The Tennessee Tech women's basketball team is your outright regular season OVC champions.
Yeah, that's awesome. I checked on that. Congratulations to the women's basketball team at Tech.
And
that is really a great feat, you know.
The women are a number 1 seed, obviously, in the OVC tournament. The men go in at the number 4 seed. Men play Wednesday and the girls play Friday, I think. I'll have to double check that too. It's Monday.
It's Monday. That's why. Well, your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond. they're open today. They're starting to be open on Mondays, I think, starting today. So they're open Monday through Saturday. Freedom Pond, they've got everything you need. They've got guitars, guns, and ammo. They've got Bartlett bows and arrows and a whole lot more. Here's the question. Name a candy that starts with the first letter of your first name.
Name a candy that starts with the letter of my first name.
Yeah, it would be a J. Mine would be Snickers.
J.
Or Skittles.
Not a lot of J candies, is there?
Juji fruit.
What'd you say?
Is it Juji fruit?
Juicy fruit.
No, there's a Juji. There's like little candies that's like.
No, there's not.
Yes, it is.
No, there's not.
Mm-hmm.
There's juicy fruit.
No, that's gum. There's a candy.
I think you're making that up.
I'm not.
I think you're making that up.
I'm not. It was on a Seinfeld episode.
I'll have to think. There's got to be a real one. Oh, because it was on a Seinfeld. At 6:16 now. Your 2 cents is coming up in just a minute. Stay with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
If you have automotive needs, Dependable Auto Sales and Service along with Colonial Automotive would love to help you. Whether it's towing or service, body shop needs, are you ready for a new car? We have everything you need, including the financing, including the warranties. It doesn't matter what it is, DAS is on your side. Please come see us at 1575 Interstate Drive right here in Cookeville, 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-7355, 24/7 at dasautosales.com.
For the love of the climb, for the love of the fall, for the love of knowing your kids' laughter is the sweetest music there is, for the love of Tennessee. Travel safe. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
March 13th through March 23rd, Cumberland County Playhouse in Crossville presents Sanctus Real live in concert. This dynamic gospel trio has received 2 Grammy Award nominations, a GMA Dove Award, and 6 GMA Dove nominations. To date, the band has sold more than 1.2 million albums, and they have a cumulative radio audience totaling 3.7 billion. Don't miss Sanctus Real at the Playhouse. Sponsored by Lee's Flowers and Gifts. Call 931-484-5000 or visit ccplayhouse.com to get your tickets today.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. Have you ever really spent time planning for life after work? If not, you're not alone. For most, it's a scary thought. Making sense of investments, Social Security, Medicare. To make it worse, the advice people typically get is from salespeople or family members who got their information from salespeople. We are here to take the mystery and fear out of retirement. The next step is yours. Call 615-851-1950 or go to paulwinkler.com. That website is paulwinkler.com, creating confident investors.
And now located in Cookeville.
Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here. We're seeing more and more crime reported every single day. Home invasions, road rage incidents, the list goes on. But all of these incidents don't require lethal force. In fact, according to law enforcement statistics, 99% of all altercations do not require lethal force. You need a less lethal plan so you don't end up behind bars. That's where Burner, the less lethal self-defense option, comes in. The Burner less lethal self-defense platform provides formidable stopping power without the complexities and potential legal consequences of a homicide. Now, Burner launchers are legal in all 50 states. You don't need a background check. You don't need a permit. No waiting period. I own them. I give them away as gifts to my friends, my family. Just go to Burner, byrna.com/Hannity. You'll get a 10% discount off any purchase. byrna.com/Hannity. Burner, where safety meets responsibility and preparation meets peace of mind.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here, live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:19 now.
And
I know you found the Juji fruits.
I did on the Walmart app. Jujy Fruits, chewy fruity candy.
I was looking through candy that starts with J, and they all suck.
Mm-hmm.
Jelly Belly, Jawbreaker,
Ooh, Jelly Belly,
Jelly Beans, Jujubes, Junior Mints, Jolly Rancher, Juji Fruits, the things you come up with.
Which he thought I was lying, and was I? No.
No, you weren't lying. They
He
exist.
made fun of me and said I was talking about juicy fruit.
So I'm out on this whole question because every single one of the J ones are terrible.
Mine is Skittles.
Man, why don't you go with Snickers?
Snickers. I'm sorry. I meant Snickers, but I said Skittles too. I don't like Skittles that much, but I do like Snickers. All right, name a candy that starts with the first letter of your first name. And your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond, who's now open on Mondays, and they've got everything you need. If you're looking for gifts or if you're looking for tools, whatever, even some trailers, they've got some of those. First letter of your first name, what candy starts with it? Dale said Divinity or Dum Dums. Thomas said Tootsie Roll. Pam said Paydays.
Ooh, Pam, yeah. That's a good one.
Tim said Tim Tams.
Tim Tams, is that another one of those?
It's an Australian one, but you can find it at Kroger in the authentic and other section.
Oh, okay.
Eileen said eclairs. Charles said chocolate. Let's see. Karen said kudos bars. Russell said Reese's Pieces. Sydney, Snickers. Tex, Taffy. Gwen, gummy bears.
Everybody else gets good ones. Us J people got.
Johnny Ferguson.
Uh-huh.
Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, I don't like a Jolly Rancher.
Robin Hudnall, Rolo.
See, that's a good one.
Kevin, Kit Kat.
Oh, come on now.
Sarah, Starburst.
These are all good. Well,
Angie?
Starburst, not so much.
Andes.
I don't like Starburst. Do you like Starburst?
I like them okay. I like them. I'm not much into all that. I like the chocolate better.
I'm a chocolate person.
Yeah. And Michelle said M&M's. Trina, Trix.
That's a cereal.
I said Trix, Twix. Maybe that's why you thought I was lying earlier. And Toby Toffee.
Yeah. Now, if it had come back that you were just mispronouncing it and it was something else, I'd have been like,
I know what juicy fruit is. This was Juju Fruits.
Yeah, and they do.
Juju Fruits.
And they do exist.
Yes, I know. I knew it the whole time. You need to get out more. That's what he tells me. You need to get out more, Jason.
I'm sorry, I'm not in the candy aisle.
Yeah, but you know how I knew about it?
The crazy
Seinfeld.
The crazy candy aisle at Walmart.
That's it.
That's one of those. They don't even have it in a real aisle, I bet. That's one of those up front aisles where that's seen on TV stuff.
Well, when Elaine was getting it on Seinfeld, she was at the movie theater.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend had some kind of accident, and she went and got candy first before she went to see him. And he was giving her grief about that.
That Seinfeld.
That Seinfeld is funny.
They're so crazy.
They're so crazy.
Today is Canadian Bacon Day.
I'm not crazy about Canadian bacon.
It's just tiny ham.
But it's not bacon.
It's not.
I know it's still from the pig, but it's not cured and everything like bacon.
It's cut from the loin of the pig.
And all the pig is good.
And we get our pig from the belly.
We get our bacon from the belly.
Yeah.
And then it fries up so good.
They're getting theirs from the loin.
The loin.
That's the difference there. So tiny hams.
Okay.
Kinda.
Tiny hams.
International Irish Whiskey Day. I'm not a big Irish whiskey guy. I can't say as I could name any. You're a drinker.
I am not. You're a drinker.
You're a drinker.
You're more of a
Sheila.
drinker than I am.
Tell me about Irish whiskey. What's that like?
It's a little creamy.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a big. I don't think so. Today is National Anthem Day.
Irish cream's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
you're
of.
thinking of Irish cream. That's National Anthem Day. It's also National Cold Cuts Day. You have a favorite cold cut, Sheila?
Ham.
Did they ever try to force that ham on you that had like the green and red things in it?
Oh, are you talking about olive loaf?
Yeah, I reckon.
Nobody forced anything. I didn't get forced to have to eat. I always ate pretty good. I liked my vegetables and stuff. I've had olive loaf before.
I've had it before.
Well, don't ask questions if you don't like the answer.
And today is also Simplify Your Life Day. How could you simplify your life, Sheila?
Maybe by not having Jason.
It would simplify your life, but
Nobody would mock me on the air.
think how many things you'd get wrong on a daily basis.
It happens anyway.
Right, but I mean, other people wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
They tell me.
And then, well, now they do because now they see it's okay.
They see that it's okay.
Right.
Okay.
But before, people didn't correct you much. But now they're starting.
That's because I didn't mess up until I got with you.
No, you messed up. Just no one said anything.
What's wrong with you today? Why are you bringing all this negativity toward
I'm
me?
not bringing any of the negativity, but you're making it out like I'm the only one who notices. I'm just the only one who's a good enough friend to let
Is
you know.
that what it is? You're a good enough friend?
I think it's what that is. I think good friends let their good friends know if they're not right about something. So
When they're being arrogant?
No,
I need to let you know that right now.
No, so then that way, when you talk to somebody else about that subject, you know, you come off as,
I don't even know how you sit in the same room with me if I'm so horrible and mess up all the time.
"No, Sheila, you don't mess up all the time. I mess up too."
Yeah, I know. I need to start calling you out on
You
that.
do. You tell me things, and I learn from you as
Except
well.
I make sure it's off the air. Try and make him feel a little better about it.
And I appreciate that, Sheila. I do.
It's Monday, y'all.
Hey, next week we will be in here, and we will have sprung forward.
Oh, is that back?
Well, yeah,
We just moved backwards.
I just hate it so much.
Oh, we'll lose an hour of sleep.
Yeah, but all you people, we'll gain an hour of sun. No, you won't. You get the same amount of sun.
What is wrong with you today?
Well, just
Is it because it's Monday? Have you had coffee yet?
yeah, I've had coffee. I'm in a great mood. Are you kidding me?
You're in a great mood?
Awesome mood today.
Oh, well, then that's to be noted. When you're in a great mood, you're meaner.
I ain't mean.
Well, I ain't mean.
I'm not. Coming up, spoiler alert. Oh, I want to say this too. Super excited. This is our first Monday with Anthony Taylor from Upper Cumberland Weather.
Yeah. Hi, Anthony.
We've made some major upgrades in our news and weather as of late here on WHUB with Rafferty Cleary starting doing the news. He's been doing that a couple of months now. And now Anthony Taylor from Upper Cumberland Weather. Y'all been watching him for a couple of years now. And, man, what a great job he did 5 years ago today with the coverage that he had during the tornado and all that stuff. So we're real excited about Anthony Taylor. And then something else, you can watch Upper Cumberland Weather anytime you want to if you have the Roku app, the Hub Plus Roku app. It's streaming live for you right now if you want to see the weather for today. 6:29, and we've got spoiler alert coming up next. So stick with us here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Members of the TBI assisted Overton County authorities last week in a sex offender compliance operation. The agency said Operation Hawkeye found 18 of 24 offenders to be in compliance. Authorities arrested 3 non-compliant offenders. There will be further investigation of 3 others. Tennessee Congressman John Rose has announced a run for governor in 2026. Rose unveiled his plans last week while giving a speech in Williamson County. That's the home county of U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn, who has previously said she is also considering a run to be the volunteer state's next governor. The town of Monterey says it's corrected an error in which the town's billing software has been undercharging some sewer customers for the past 5 years. A city press release said corrections will be reflected on March bills and will only be noticed for customers who exceed the 2,000-gallon minimum usage threshold. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. The Tennessee Tech women's basketball team won the OVC title outright over the weekend, beating Lindenwood 77-59. With the win, the Lady Eagles get the double bye into the conference tournament semifinals and will play Tennessee State, Southern Indiana, or Little Rock on Friday. The men will be the 5 seed and play UT Martin in the first round Wednesday. South Carolina women earned the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament after a coin flip yesterday. The Gamecocks in Texas tied atop the conference standings after 2 wins on Sunday. In the NHL yesterday, the Rangers topped the Predators 4-0 as Nashville falls to 21-32-7 on the season. Stars over the Blues 6-3. Hurricanes beat the Flames in overtime 2-1. Unranked Illinois topped number 15 Michigan 93-73 yesterday in college basketball. After being a 1-point game at halftime, the Illini scored 62 points in the second half. Join us tonight for girls basketball region semifinal games. On YouTube, Livingston plays Upperman and Sparta battles Franklin County. On the main UCR Facebook page, Pickett County plays Clark Range and Clay County battles East Robertson. And on UCR2 at 7:30, Cookeville plays Blackman. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by the Fox Business Report, is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Futures on Wall Street rising modestly, looking to add to the rally which closed out the month on Friday. One focus for investors, fresh tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Also, a doubling of levies on China. Some passengers are stranded after a regional carrier, Silver Airways, suddenly halted operations at Orlando International Airport. Fox 13 Tampa Bay quotes a Greater Orlando Aviation Authority spokesperson as saying the disruption in operations came over the weekend, and even the airport received information just shortly before the flight cancellations. This comes a couple of months after Silver Airways filed for bankruptcy. The airline had said it's in the process of restructuring its finance, but had promised its customers that business would be as usual. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Something amazing is happening in video conferencing. People are showing up in big ways. That's because CDW is building collaborative and connected video and audio environments with HP Poly. With Noise Block AI to silence distractions and group framing to highlight speakers, everyone on your team gets to shine. Make amazing happen. HP Poly and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/poly.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good Monday morning, folks. This is Anthony Taylor with your Upper Cumberland weather forecast. Despite the chilly temperatures this morning, we'll warm up nicely with highs topping out in the upper 50s under a sunny sky. Winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Clouds will be on the increase tonight ahead of our next storm system with lows around 40. Winds will pick up quite a bit, gusting to 25 miles per hour at times. Cloudy skies can be expected tomorrow with highs in the 60s. Winds may gust as high as 40 miles per hour with storms likely in the evening. Be sure to follow Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for more details on Tuesday's storm system.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
on 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:34 now.
High today getting up to 60 for us. We've got 27 right now. It will be sunny today, too.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It's gonna look nice.
Yeah.
But not feel as nice, right?
Well, I don't know. 60 sounds pretty good.
It's all right. Your car be warm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Things on television tonight on all the talk shows. Michael Strahan's going to be on Jimmy Fallon. Tony Hawk's going to be on Stephen Colbert. Ben Stiller on Jimmy Kimmel. And Kate Hudson on Seth Meyers. Television, regular old TV tonight. NCIS is on CBS. The Voice, that's on NBC. The Bachelor on ABC. And then streaming tonight, the Malawi Wildlife Rescue. That's on Disney Plus. That might be pretty good. And Recipes for Love and Murder.
Love and Murder?
On Acorn TV.
That sounds crazy.
Sounds like your type of show, Sheila.
I might have to check that out.
Sheila loves the killing shows.
I just like finding out what makes people tick and what makes them that mean.
The Oscars were last night. Did you watch any of it?
I watched some of it. Conan O'Brien did a good job as host.
I figured he would. I like Conan.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't too mean. You know, he's not a mean comedian.
The best movie, best picture went to Anora.
It won almost everything it was
did.
nominated for.
Best
That and Wicked.
Best actress, Mickey Madison. I don't even know who that is.
I've not seen her that I know of before. But
In fact, just looking through here,
I was really rooting for Demi Moore because she's never won an Oscar before, and I was thinking she
kidding
had.
me.
No.
yeah, there's nothing anybody's seen in this deal. The Brutalist, maybe.
And that's Adrian Brody, and he won the award.
Yeah.
For a male, which
Right.
he's good in everything he does.
Man.
And they had a tribute to Gene Hackman. I got to see that.
Oh, I figured they would.
And do you know who came out and talked about his good friend Gene Hackman?
Who?
It was Morgan Freeman.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, Morgan Freeman.
Man, that'd have been nice to have heard. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'll watch it here after a while. Harrison Ford was forced to back out of presenting at the Oscars because he's got shingles.
Oh, no. I hate that for him.
They went out in the Old West.
Yep.
That'll do it. Michelle Manziel, the mother of Johnny Manziel, was arrested Saturday night in Kerrville, Texas for driving while intoxicated. I mean, it's Johnny Football's mama, of course.
Of course, huh?
Yeah. Singer Harry Styles ran the Tokyo Marathon on Sunday, finishing the race with an impressive time of under 3.5 hours.
That's good.
Now the the winner did it in 2 hours and 3 minutes. So Harry
For a singer.
Yeah, Harry Styles came in 6,010th.
Well, I guess it's good for me and you.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
To even finish would
Yeah.
be I'd be excited about. There were over 26,000 runners, so he beat 20,000 people.
Yeah.
It's nothing to sneeze at.
Right.
So I guess go Harry Styles.
I like old Harry Styles. I like his music.
Let's see here. Here's what they're saying about Gene Hackman now, by
Okay.
the way. Forensics on the pacemaker that he wore suggests that he died 9 days before his body was discovered.
That is a long time.
Nobody needed Gene Hackman for 9 days.
You know, he'd gotten on up there. He probably wasn't. He probably was retired.
Yeah.
And his daughter said that she'd talked to him, but hadn't seen him in a couple of years because she lives in another state, but she'd talked to him on the phone, but not in 9 days.
His last recorded pacemaker event, they're calling it, occurred on February 17th and was likely the actor's last day of life.
Wow.
So as they get into this more, they are doing a toxicology report, but they said that could take up to a month.
And y'all, I was just scrolling through Facebook. There are so many sites that say they've got news on it. Just watch what you click, because it's just bait trying to get you to click, and it could bring a virus to your computer or something.
Yeah, or it could be someone just made something up.
And that's what I like, because they're like, toxicology reports are back. And I'm like, it's not back yet. We'd have heard it everywhere.
Yeah.
So just watch what you click on.
Let's see here. The Razzie Awards are also this weekend. These are for the supposedly terrible movies.
Right.
Worst pictures, Madam Web, which I never saw either.
I didn't either.
So, worst actor, Jerry Seinfeld in Unfrosted.
Which I saw that. I liked Unfrosted.
You know,
I thought it was, it's meant to be tongue in cheek, kind of fun anyway.
I think they missed that part in Jerry Seinfeld's acting that
he's never claimed to be a great actor anyway. Even though it's on Seinfeld, he was the comedian who helped write it.
and then he knew that this was cheesy, cheeky kind of movie.
Right.
So I don't know. Let's see here. Amy Schumer, best supporting actress, worst supporting actress for Unfrosted. That new Joker movie got a lot of Razzies, which it should. It was really terrible. It and Madam Web. So I guess.
Was Scarlett Johansson in Madam Web, or am I just getting that all mixed up? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I didn't see it.
Yeah. It says, let's see here. No, but if so, didn't win a Razzie Award for it. At the box office, Captain America: Brave New World still at number one with $15 million made. Last Breath comes in second, $7.8 million. The Monkey at 6.4. Paddington in Peru's hanging in there, Sheila. Way to go. $4.5 million. Then Dogman comes in fifth with $4.2 million.
I don't even know what the Dogman is. Is it about dogs at all?
They
try to trick me, so I watch it.
See, seems like I did finally see a trailer and meant to remember what it was.
And then you already forgot.
Yeah, 'cause we were talking about it.
Must not been dogs. You'd have remembered it.
Man. And then there's the Monkey. I don't know what it's about either.
I'm gonna say monkey. A monkey.
So anyway, there's all that for you. In spoiler alert, if you were thinking about going to see a movie, apparently Captain America's good, because it has been number one now for almost a month, and all these new movies keep coming out,
and it's still winning.
Nobody can unthrone it. Dethrone. Unthrone?
Dethrone.
Unthrone? Dethrone. It's dethrone.
It's dethrone.
So coming up, we've got the real good. That's a couple of stories that are positive and uplifting. Now, before I go look at this week's questions, are we back to Ask Sheila?
Yes.
Are we going to do Ask Jason?
It's what you want, whatever you want to do.
I mean, it's up to you, Sheila.
I guess we're back to Ask
Sheila,
Sheila.
I just want you to be happy.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's what I want.
No, you don't.
I do. I want you to be happy.
Would you be happy asking them to me?
Sure, I'd love to ask them to you.
Yes.
If that's what you want.
Yes. Let's do it.
Well, okay, if that's what you want. That's what we'll do. So the real good and Ask Sheila is on the way next, so stick with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window studio. Hang out with us, guys. We'll be right back.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time. Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, Exceptional Bean, Royal House of Cheese. Go to halfpriceuppercumberland.com. Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
You've prolonged it enough. 1 year quickly turned into 2, 2 years into 10, and now you've lost track of how long it's been since you've seen the dentist.
A trip to the dental office can be a scary thing for many people, but there is help. Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Hayes.
And I'm Dr. Kevin Hayes. At Hayes Family Dentistry, we're changing the way people think about going to the dentist. We use the latest advancements in dental technology, including sedation dentistry, which offers hope to people who fear going to the dentist, or patients who need to have a lot of dental work done in just fewer appointments.
With one little peel, you'll ease into a state of relaxation and all of your fears will melt away, allowing us to correct years of dental problems, often in just one visit.
For more information, call us at Hayes Family Dentistry, 931-526-1614. That's 931-526-1614, or visit hayesdentistry.com and find out how easy it is to have the smile you've always wanted.
You work hard to provide a better life for your family. The only problem is that you now have a tax bill that you can't afford to pay. The IRS is now threatening to garnish your wages and put a levy on your bank account. You can't ignore the IRS. They won't go away on their own. You need help, and you need it now. Call the Tax Pros at United Tax Fix today. Call 800-762-2768. That's 800-762-2768.
This is the best time to buy America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. Now is the time to buy a new Ford truck from Ford of Cookeville. You can get up to $15,000 off MSRP for a limited time during Ford Truck Month. All of our trucks are marked down to the best prices they'll have all year. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges. At the Bob Woodruff Foundation, we invest in solutions to help support them in the next chapter of their lives. Learn more about our work at bobwoodrufffoundation.org/success.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila with you here in the Willow Window Studio. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning. We really do appreciate it.
A high today around 60. We've got 29 right now. Our guest will be director of the Upper Cumberland Boy Scouts, and that's Keegan McGuffey. And also at 7:30, Carolyn Isbell. She's with the Cookeville Camera Club. She's an artist.
All right, time for the real good. Every day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting, and we call it
The Real Good.
And let's see here. Metra is the biggest commuter rail system in the Chicago area, operating 243 stations on 11 rail lines. One of the locomotives that's been that has delivered countless people to their destination through the decades, the iconic F40C number 614, which was built in 1974. The F40C served the community well and was retired in 2012. And now, thanks to an agreement between Metra and the Illinois Railway Museum, this massive piece of transportation history is going to be taken to the museum to put in their collection. So it won't be in service anymore. Even though the engine hasn't been operational in years, leaders of the museum hope to restore it to its operating conditions so visitors can see it rolling along the rails once again. Oh, They're going to put it back on the rails.
It's rolling.
Still good as new, they're going to say. Another real good story. Daniel Baggett is a student at East Ridge High School in Florida, and he's working toward being an Eagle Scout.
Ooh, that's hard.
One of Daniel's scouting projects involved organizing a food drive for local shelter pets.
Nice.
Daniel rallied support from local business, friends, family, and fellow scouts to gather an impressive donation of over 1,000 pounds of pet food to benefit animals in the Animal League, which provides care, medical treatment, and adoption services for abandoned and homeless pets.
He sounds like a good guy.
Daniel's hard work moves him closer to becoming an Eagle Scout, but will also have a huge impact on all the animals there. It sets an inspiring example to others in the community. So way to go, Daniel Baggett, well on his way to becoming an Eagle Scout. Also to Metra and the Train Museum there in Chicago. Y'all are real good. All right, so last week it was Ask Jason. And what did we do? 8, right? Was that the final?
Yeah.
8.
6 by yourself, 2 with me.
So didn't get to 11, which is the high score for the week. But we sure tried, didn't we?
We did.
All right. So now it's
I was proud of you. You did really well.
So now it's round 1 of Ask Sheila for this week, and we're going back to Ask Sheila this week.
Yeah. Okay. So you gonna give me any hints or
I always do. I always try to help you get there, Sheila.
All right, Jason.
About a quarter of Americans admit they've lied about this, and half of those say it's no big deal. What is it?
Like why they miss work or being out of work?
I think it's no big deal if your work is no big deal.
I said if you out sick or work.
It's not that.
It's not?
No.
But it is about work?
It is about work. All these are about work.
Oh, a lot on their resume.
A lot on their resume. 100% right. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be a heart surgeon, don't lie on your resume. But if you do anything else, you can almost get away with it.
Yeah, can you?
Like on Suits. That show Suits. All right, Sheila, second
Is all of this about work? Is that the thing?
Yeah, all these are about work. When it comes to communication at work, 39% of managers say this is unprofessional. What is it?
Emojis.
Emojis, 100% right, Sheila.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I sometimes think it is like in emails and stuff.
Yeah. See, I think it depends on who you're sending it to.
It does, but I mean, like if you're just sending it to somebody you met through text that is a business person, I wouldn't go all out on emojis at first.
What if they send you emojis first?
Depending on what the emoji is, a lot of times I like it.
What if it's smiley face at the end of
I'm fine with that.
Right, but I mean, does then that open you up then to send an emoji in emails once they break the emoji seal?
I'm not a big emoji and email sender. I will in a text a lot of times.
Yeah. I'm not a big emoji sender. I will.
Period. Even in text.
Even in text. And I'm not for man-on-man emojis.
Does that mean sending your friends emojis?
Yeah, like your buddies.
Correct that one, because I didn't know where you're going on that.
Like bro emojis.
Yeah.
I'm not in on that. I mean, it happens sometimes.
As a matter of fact, I think the only emoji you've ever sent me is when, like, I did something real good and you sent, like, a fire emoji, like I'm on fire.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
I'll send the bam, bam or
Which
on
I like.
fire.
I
And,
like.
and
I feel like I'm real special because he don't send emojis just to anybody.
an occasional smiley face. The only people that get hearts are Donna and the kids and grandkids.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Somebody could take you the wrong way on that.
I'm not a sending hearts to grown men kind of guy.
You're real worried about that, aren't you?
Look, if you're a grown man and you think you need a heart emoji from somebody you're texting with, get over yourself. You don't need no daggum heart emoji.
Are you serious about that?
Lord have mercy. Lord.
Go on, guy emojis. Come up with the new one. Okay. Wait, was that the second one?
That was the second
I got two right.
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Oh, gosh. Okay, now there's pressure.
According to a recent survey, almost 45% of people say work has caused them to do this. What is it?
Lose sleep.
No, not lose sleep. It's caused me to do this.
Gain weight.
Gain weight.
That's because you're worried about all that. That's how I knew. It's not because I think, oh, Jason looks horrible.
That's what people are saying. That is what people are saying.
Oh, my goodness.
Is Jason sick? Do I look sick?
Look pretty good this morning. I really like it because you've shaved. That looks nice.
Right, but people ask that.
Is Jason sick? What has Sheila been doing to him on that morning show?
No, they don't ask that.
They do. No, I'm kidding.
But, I mean, I've got that a lot recently.
Sheila must be wearing him out.
No, people don't say that either. Sheila's trying to make me looking sick. All about her.
No, but usually if something's wrong, you'll blame me.
Yeah. I've been told I look fat, tired, and sick, and old.
Who told you looked old?
A lot in these past in the past 3 to 6 months. More in the past 3.
Who's told you look old? Nobody. Me?
Ray at the radio station.
Oh, that was when that haircut wasn't right for your age.
Right.
You didn't like it.
Didn't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's twice now that someone has said that about my haircut.
When was the other one?
The other one, and I won't name names, 'cause I don't want them to get in trouble or nothing. But I went to go get a haircut, and I told them what kind of haircut that I wanted.
Uh-huh.
And the haircut lady said,
"Oh, the stylist.
Oh, I don't normally cut people your age." And I was like, well, let me tell you something right now. You won't normally cut my hair ever again.
What's funny is that look at all the stuff he says to me, and I can take it, but he can't take it when somebody else dishes it out.
I can take it. It's just when people say
Obviously
it over and
not,
over again.
Because that was several months ago, and you're still whining about
I
it.
still remember. Well, Ray's was just not too long ago.
Uh-huh.
And then she had another Jason-year-old moment. Was just like last week or something. So I don't know.
Little Ray.
I don't know what I'm going to do about Ray.
Yep, she pretty much is just herself. She'll tell you what she thinks.
So anyway.
But usually she's real sweet.
I know. So here I am. Fat, old, sick, and tired. Along with Sheila Scruggs. Great guest coming up after 7 o'clock.
If I can concentrate. Director for the Boy Scouts of the Upper Cumberland, Keegan McGuffey, will be in with a couple of former Boy Scouts like Dr. Bob Bell and Steve Letty. Also, Carolyn Isabel will be here at 7:30. She's with the Cookeville Camera Club. She's also been an artist, a painter for several years, and she also takes beautiful pictures.
All right, that'll be great.
We'll talk to her about that.
Looking forward to that. That's all coming up after 7 o'clock here on Good Morning Cookeville. Tonight on Hub Plus, we've got some high school girls basketball for you. Upperman and Livingston, I believe is who it is. And coverage gets started at 7 with our sports partners over at Upper Cumberland Reporter. Also on the Hub Plus app, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from Anthony Taylor, the Upper Cumberland weather channel. And you can also hear Anthony Taylor on all the Cookeville communication stations now, as we've upped our weather game. Mr. Anthony and Upper Cumberland Weather. Hang out with us, guys. We'll be right back.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.
We're at a crossroads in history. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Britain's Prime Minister says as Keir Starmer and other European leaders work out an outline for a plan to help Ukraine end the war with Russia.
The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air, together with others. Europe must do the heavy lifting.
Ukraine's president was there at those talks in London after Friday's meeting with President Trump fell apart at the White House as the two presidents argued, and a U.S.-Ukraine minerals deal as part of war-ending talks was never signed.
President Volodymyr Zelensky says he does think his relationship with the U.S. can be repaired, and he remains ready to sign the minerals deal. He's still adamant, though, about having security guarantees, saying any ceasefire without those is dangerous for Ukraine. Zelensky adds, we've been fighting for 3 years, and Ukrainian people need to know that America is on our side. But several Trump administration officials say a reset is necessary before talks can resume again.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Israel and Hamas are at odds again as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blocks the entry of food and humanitarian supplies for Palestinians in Gaza.
It uses these supplies to finance its terror machine, which is aimed directly at Israel and our civilians. And this we cannot accept.
Hamas is calling it a war crime as the U.S. pushes a plan to extend the just-ended first phase of the Gaza ceasefire, trying to get more hostages released. They handed out the Oscars last night on ABC, and this movie was the big winner.
Nora, Sean Baker!
Nora won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Baker won for Best Director.
And Best Actress for Mikey Madison. The Brutalist won 3 awards, including Best Actor for Adrian Brody. Wicked won 2 awards. Emilia Perez also picked up 2 awards, including Best Supporting Actress for Zoe Saldana. And Kieran Culkin won his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in A Real Pain.
That's Fox's Michelle Polino. America's listening to Fox News.
You've likely heard about Relief Factor and how so many people enjoy a better, more pain-free life because of it. If you're dealing with everyday pain, it makes sense you'd want to try it first. Well, Relief Factor makes that pretty pain-free too, with their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. An easy, affordable way to see how it could literally change your life. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain temporarily. It helps reduce or eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. Trying it couldn't be easier with their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call. 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, every day you feel better is a day you live better. Try Relief Factor's 3-week quick start today. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
As West Texas and New Mexico deal with a measles outbreak, we're hearing from the new Health and Human Services Secretary.
Robert Kennedy Jr. has long been known as a vaccine skeptic. But in an opinion piece published on FoxNews.com, he's recommending parents talk to healthcare providers about the MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. He wrote vaccines not only protect individual children from measles, but also contribute to community immunity. The piece prompted by the measles outbreak in Texas with nearly 150 confirmed cases in January, as well as the first measles-related death in the U.S. in over a decade. Kennedy said he's directed federal healthcare workers to work with the state to provide lab support and vaccines. Jill Nato, Fox News.
Pope Francis had a restful night. The Vatican says he's up and doing better after the 88-year-old Pope had suffered a setback a few days ago battling pneumonia. At the stock market, futures are rising before a new month after the Dow and the Nasdaq both suffered losses in February despite Friday's big gains. On the NASCAR track, a repeat winner.
A week ago in Atlanta, Christopher Bell used overtime to collect his first win of the season. On Sunday in Austin, he took care of things earlier.
Christopher Bell goes back-to-back Super Speedway road course winner.
Courtesy Fox, Bell wins again. He only led 8 of 95 laps, passing Kyle Busch, who led 43 laps with 4 to go. Then he held off Daytona 500 winner William Byron late for the victory. Tyler Reddick was third. With the win, Bell jumps 22 spots into fourth place in the early season standings. I'm Tim McMaster, Fox News.
In the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers won their 6th straight game, beating their crosstown rivals, the Clippers, 108-102. After the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team with the best record in the league, won their 10th game in a row, topping Portland in overtime 133-129. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Members of the TBI assisted Overton County authorities last week in a sex offender compliance operation. The agency said Operation Hawkeye found 18 of 24 offenders to be in compliance. Authorities arrested 3 non-compliant offenders. There will be further investigation of 3 others. Tennessee Congressman John Rose has announced a run for governor in 2026. Rose unveiled his plans last week while giving a speech in Williamson County. That's the home county of U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn, who has previously said she is also considering a run to be the volunteer state's next governor. The town of Monterey says it's corrected an error in which the town's billing software has been undercharging some sewer customers for the past 5 years. A city press release said corrections will be reflected on March bills and will only be noticed for customers who exceed the 2,000-gallon minimum usage threshold. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06.
From the Boy Scouts of the Upper Cumberland, we have the director, Keegan McGuffey, with us, and also Dr. Bob Bell. Welcome this morning.
Well, good morning. Yeah, thanks for having us.
How are things in the world of Scouts this morning?
It's going pretty good. We're shaping up to have a pretty good event tomorrow. And regarding the troops in the packs, they're going strong.
What's the event tomorrow?
Yeah, so we're doing our Friends of Scouting campaign, and we're having our Good Scout event tomorrow, where we're honoring Philip Gibbons.
Oh, cool.
We know him.
Yeah.
You know him? I wonder how.
Now, was Philip a Boy Scout?
No, and that's not a requirement.
He would have been a good one.
He went through some scouting, I believe, but sort of like me, did not move all the way to the Trail of Eagle. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
But the Good Scout event is just a way to honor a person for their citizenship and their service to youth, and boy, Philip.
Yeah,
Philip has had a career of
checks
doing
all
that.
the boxes,
He
doesn't
sure
he?
checks the boxes.
Now, can anybody come tomorrow to the event, or you have to be a scout, or?
I just got a RSVP, so I don't know if you guys have a way to put it on or.
Yeah. Is it on your website?
You can email me or call me.
Okay.
So yeah, it's keegan.mcguffey@scouting.org.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah. And
But
then.
And if somebody wanted to walk in unannounced, we'd welcome them.
Absolutely.
They'd be happy. We'll have about 180 or maybe 200 people there.
200 so far.
Wow.
And where's that going to be at?
The Central City Church.
Okay.
at
Oh,
noon.
okay.
That's a good spot to have events. They do a good job with their events there. Keegan, how long have you been into scouting? Like beginning early and.
Yeah, so I did Cub Scouts when I was at elementary school, and then sports kind of pulled me away for a little bit. But in the past 7 months, I accepted this job as the district executive for the Caney Fork District, and I've been learning and growing and loving it.
So did you become an Eagle Scout?
No, I did not become an Eagle Scout.
That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I didn't go through all that either because I'm not real good at following directions, to be honest with you. But had some friends who did, and my son-in-law's an Eagle Scout. And I knew it was a big deal because where my friends had gotten it. But it's a huge deal. That's a lot to go through to get to that point.
Yeah, it's over 100 hours of community service and hard work.
Mm-hmm. Now, with you taking this role, are you out there trying to recruit for the Scouts now? Are you in that role where you go to elementary schools and say, hey, you should join the Boy Scouts, or is it still Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts? I know there was a change there, right, or no?
Yeah, it's still Cub Scouts and Scouts.
Okay.
And we still reach out to the schools, and the schools and the churches are the primary, probably the primary recruiting areas for scouting. That's where most packs are centered, and most troops evolve out of there.
I remember I got they used to give out this this magazine when you were in Boy Scouts called Boys Life,
right?
And that's where I saw you could buy sea monkeys for the first time. You can't; they're not really monkeys.
Yeah,
You were disappointed, weren't you?
None of
Did you
them.
think you were getting a monkey?
None of them wore a crown. None of them had a sash. They're little shrimp, right? Is that what they are?
I think so. Yeah. But it's amazing. You could find all kind of things in Boy's Life.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get it, and then go out and try all the stuff that was in Boy's Life. And to me, the adventure part is what's great about scouting, is that you get to go on adventures, and that's what a lot of that's missing from this current generation growing up, is that they don't have that adventure time. And speak on that a little bit about how important that is.
Well, I think that's one of the primary values in scouting. Is it's a character building program. It's a leadership program for youth, and it teaches citizenship, but it gets them into the woods. And I think that's one of the more exciting things. Typically, the scout troop will have a meeting weekly, and they'll learn a merit badge. They may learn how to use a pocket knife without too much blood, or chopping tools for going to the woods.
Yeah.
But then on the weekends, not every weekend, but frequently, their troop and their troop leaders will take them camping.
Yeah.
And so the camping outdoor life side of scouting is a big part of it.
You mentioned leadership, and it's interesting to watch because you can almost pick a kid out who's been through scouting. I mean, we've got a few young people that work at the radio station. One was an Eagle Scout, and you can line them up and look and go, that kid's the Eagle Scout. I mean, you can just tell by their leadership ability and work ethic, and their just way about them is so much different than anywhere else. So you can for sure tell a difference between who's been a scout and who hasn't.
I had a graduate student one time who was finishing the MBA at Tech, and he was interviewing in Atlanta and Nashville for what at that time was one of the big 6 accounting firms. They've changed from 6 now, but he was a CPA, and so he was going for this interview and had to meet the managing partner as part of that. He walked in, and the partner said, well, and I won't mention his name, but, well, Don, first name, you've been through a big day. I notice you're an Eagle Scout. And Don said yes, and he said, I have no other questions. And
Really?
That was the end of the interview. And,
that's fantastic.
He worked for that company for many years. He's a local. He owns a company here in town now.
It's when people when they see that on your resume, it means something. When colleges see it,
that's right,
as well, that means something to colleges
Yeah,
when they
Tech
see.
has an Eagle Scout scholarship. If you're
Yeah.
an Eagle, you qualify for scholarships that other folks don't qualify for.
I think that's just real interesting because then, if they've had, well, one, if they've got good enough grades to get into Tech and we're an Eagle Scout, I mean, come on.
They're a giant killer.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing, to be able to do that. Big event coming up this weekend. We'll tell you more about it coming up on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window studio. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk, Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at the Livingston Central Park. The race is supporting Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable homes and strengthen communities. So lace up and join the fun Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at Livingston Central Park for Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk. To register, visit uchabitat.org.
Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, as we study through the Gospel of Matthew right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve Him and serve others.
Disease, sickness, and injury are burdens for anyone, but especially when you have no one to help you. Be a blessing to a neighbor who is alone in the hospital and facing a health emergency. Learn more at CookevilleRegionalCharity.org.
Your Cookeville Gas Department works closely with contractors to make certain no gas line is broken when excavation is done. However, there are times when damage does occur. If you smell gas where construction is being done, please notify the gas department immediately. Better yet, call us before you dig and let us locate the lines for you. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas, energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Welcome, John, our new admin lead.
Thanks.
You've got your laptop, all your admin apps. Oh, and you'll be in charge of ordering food for the team. So here's your drawer full of menus.
Whoa.
You'll keep your receipts in this file folder. Whoops! Receipt confetti.
Oh, dear.
Oh, and all these sticky notes have everyone's dietary preferences.
Have you tried EasyCater? Online ordering from great restaurants, tools to save time and stay on budget, digital receipts in one place.
We're gonna need a bigger recycling bin.
EasyCater, the smarter, simpler way to order food for your workplace. Order now at easycater.com.
Please don't ignore yourself. Hope Springs Clinic in Cookeville offers free mental health care services, support, and resources for those experiencing the need and prompt attention. The call center is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a ring at 931-256-2958. For more information, visit hopespringsclinic.org. They're here to help you. This free clinic relies on donations. Gifts, regardless of any amount, are appreciated.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you. It's 7:18 and a gorgeous morning, but still cold.
We've got some special guests in here with us from the Boy Scouts of the Upper Cumberland, Keegan McGuffey and Dr. Bob Bell. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Now, we were talking about an event that's happening tomorrow. Tell us a little bit more about that. Our own Philip Gibbons is being honored because of all of his community work.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the Good Scout event, and we're honoring Philip with this award. We're having a bunch of people come out, over pushing 200 people, and several hands from the community have gone to put this event together.
What are some of the things going on during the event?
Yeah, so it's a luncheon. So we're going to have some scouts there from our community. They'll give the pledge and invocation, and then we'll have a scout speaker talking about what scouting means to them. And then we'll give Philip his wonderful award.
So tell us, I know that you've been in scouting for a while. Why is it so important to you, Keegan?
Yeah, so scouting, it helps you develop and helps the kids develop so much in their leadership skills, their citizenship skills.
Just in confidence, really.
Confidence, yeah. You said you could pick them out of a line.
You can.
Yeah. And they learn so much, and they get to go on those adventures and just learn that they can administer first aid, which is amazing.
Right. It's so funny to hear you say kid because you look like a kid.
Yeah, that's fair.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 23 years old.
Yeah. It's just weird, isn't it, Sheila?
Well, I knew he was probably older than he looked.
I knew he was older than he looked. I used to get that, though, all the time.
I thought you were talking about me.
I was. We're going to let him take the glory on that, Bob.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but, it's just weird. And then to be at this position, it seems like that.
Because he was a scout.
It seems like that. But even in scouts, that seems like that's an old guy position.
Yeah.
Do you think, you got this position because you can talk to, you're closer to the age of the kids that you're talking to in high school, middle school, elementary school. You can communicate better with them. No offense, Bob.
I relate.
Yeah, I think absolutely that's part of it. Going into these elementary schools and these middle schools and high schools and getting these kids excited for a program, coming from someone with a little bit more energy,
right,
goes a long way.
I mean, when what they're used to is a lot of them are sitting in their room playing on their phone. I mean, that's a lot. You're asking a lot these days for this time
right. Yep.
that they're not with their phone, with this time that they're going to be out in the woods, maybe no cell service. What? I mean, that means something to these kids now.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you get them over that hump?
In the recruitment process, there's a lot of different tips and tricks that we use. Pinewood Derby is a big one where they get to make their little wooden.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Race it down. We had that last weekend, or a weekend and a half ago, and it was a really fun event. And the kids, all their hard work really got to shine in that.
That always is. That's the crown jewel of bragging rights.
Oh yeah.
In scouts, it's like, remember last year when a Pinewood Derby car kicked all y'all's butts.
It's sort of funny to watch the parents too, because they take ownership in that car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just as much, sometimes more.
Sometimes more.
Probably helped on it a bit.
Oh,
too,
they might
yeah.
have. They won't admit that, but they could have.
Right.
Now they're technical advisor.
Oh yeah.
My dad, it was all about, did you get it sanded right?
Yes.
I mean, we heard a lot about sanding. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Graphite in the right place.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm recruiting these kids, I have a backpack I carry with me. I have flyers in it, but I pull out my trophy when I won the Pinewood Derby.
Oh, really?
I'm like, you guys could win something like this. And they're like, yes, that's so cool.
Everybody loves a trophy, man.
They got fired up about that, seeing that trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had in church we had RAs, which is Royal Ambassadors.
Right.
Basically the First Baptist version of Boy Scouts. And they had a rule you couldn't use your Boy Scout. They had the same thing. You had to start over. You couldn't just use your Boy Scout.
Yeah.
And that one I didn't do as good. My RA one, but my Boy Scout one did. I mean, I was like in the top 5. I still hold on to that.
Yep. Yep.
Because it means something. Do y'all still learn how to tie those great knots and everything too?
It's one of the early skills.
All right.
of a scout.
Look at Keegan's tie.
I know, it's fancy.
Now, if you're watching on Hub Plus, you can see it there a little bit. What a knot!
I know.
Like, I've never seen anything like that. It's like a crisscross. It looks like the top of an apple pie a little bit.
Oh, look at that crisscross!
What do you call that?
It's called the Eldridge knot.
Yeah.
It's the fanciest one I know. So.
I mean, it's awesome.
Thank you.
So you actually tied it. It's not like
no,
it was already done.
It's not a clip on.
Clip on.
Well, I was like, it's so pretty that I thought surely he didn't tie that, but he's a Boy Scout.
Yeah. No, that's not a Boy Scout knot that you learn, is it? That's something completely different.
Yeah, it's no square knot.
But he's a
Yeah.
Boy Scout, so he likes all that stuff.
Man, that is so cool. I never can make it right.
You know, I've done knots for 40 years and I can't make them right yet.
Yeah,
so that's okay.
My very first one that I either left my tie like too long, like Trump, or too short, or the knot's not big enough, or it's too small.
Yeah.
And then finally, after a while, I finally just give up. And,
Perhaps you need Keegan to teach you.
well, when you only wear a tie for getting married or court
Yeah.
or funerals, that's about all.
Yeah.
I probably go years without having to tie a tie.
But if you're a scout and you're going to the woods and you're going to put up a tent in the wind,
Yeah.
you need to know a knot.
Yeah, well, what is the most common knot? Like, what's the first knot you learn? I mean, I don't remember. I remember
The square knot's the most common.
square knot.
But there's a sheep shank, and there's the scouts would say there's hundreds of them. There's
Yeah.
not, but there are some that work better when you're tying a tent stake.
Yeah.
Or tying up a boat if you're going to anchor a boat.
Mhm.
So there's different kind of knots for different purposes.
I always thought it was amazing that from one end you could pull and it not come apart, and then the other end you just pull the one thing and it comes apart. It's amazing. It's like you're magicians. I've only got the one knot, the square knot. It's worked for me pretty good.
My family thinks I only have one. It's called the granny, and a scout laughs at an adult that ties a granny knot because that's just an ugly knot.
Well, wait. I may be on granny knot then too.
Yeah, you may be.
Just the one that looks like you're tying your shoes, like you're tying a knot in your
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah.
That's me. That's what I do.
That's-
So I do a granny knot.
Yeah, you probably do a granny knot too.
All right. Well, then we're in the same boat.
Well, if you're in a Dr. Bob Bell's boat, that's not a bad
I
boat.
know. I
to
feel
be
good
in.
about. I feel pretty good about myself. To be honest with you.
Well, you've got 12,000 scouts here in the Upper Cumberland that can teach you to tie a different kind of knot.
12,000. That's
I'm
great.
over 50 now, and I don't have to learn anything else.
Oh, you might.
Okay.
You might.
I don't have to learn anything else. How important do you think it is for the students to have the mentors and the friendship? I think that's a lot too. That a lot of times, like you said, the kids are on the phones or on
Lifelong
computers.
friendship.
Lifelong. So it's good to make friendships and have these mentors as well.
Yeah, definitely with the friendship, and then the adult leaders.
Mhm.
They make the program what it is. They are the driving force behind what allows the kids to be able to do this, and their activity in this is so essential in our program.
And there's over 4,000 adult leaders here in the
Oh.
Upper Cumberland.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
I'm glad we're not lacking for great leaders
Yeah,
and leadership.
and they are men and women, and both can contribute a great deal to teaching that young man or young lady some outdoor skills and citizenship skills.
Absolutely.
Honoring Philip Gibbons, and tell us just a quick rundown on all the activities, the who, what, when, and where, and does it cost anything to come see this? So if you could just hit the highlights for us.
No, it's a free event. It is a fundraiser for scouting and for scouting all across Middle Tennessee. It's one of the three primary ways that scouts pay for their program. So this program helps us buy a uniform for a young person that cannot buy their own uniform, helps us get them to summer camp, does a lot of things like that. So it's a free lunch, but there's a request for a donation.
Gotcha.
To scouting, and some individuals have totally covered the cost of the lunch. So it's
So any donation,
all that money goes to scouts.
Perfect. That's awesome. And day and time.
Yep. So it's tomorrow afternoon, starting at noon. You can get there a little bit early, 11:30, and we can get everything situated at the Central City Church.
Okay. And good food. Sounds like good company. Ton of great people, and Philip Gibbons are going to be there.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
And you get to see some young folks and just marvel at what all they've done.
That's so great. Oh yeah, that's right. Because you're going to be honoring, some scouts that are there.
There'll be an Eagle Scout there, and there'll be a young scout, very young scout, doing part of the pledge and the
great
the scouting law and things like that.
Also, what a cool thing to come see and have lunch and help out the scouts. Guys, thanks so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having us on.
Absolutely, thank you.
It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Members of the TBI assisted Overton County authorities last week in a sex offender compliance operation. The agency said Operation Hawkeye found 18 of 24 offenders to be in compliance. Authorities arrested 3 non-compliant offenders. There will be further investigation of 3 others. Tennessee Congressman John Rose has announced a run for governor in 2026. Rose unveiled his plans last week while giving a speech in Williamson County. That's the home county of U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn, who has previously said she is also considering a run to be the volunteer state's next governor. The town of Monterey says it's corrected an error in which the town's billing software has been undercharging some sewer customers for the past 5 years. A city press release said corrections will be reflected on March bills and will only be noticed for customers who exceed the 2,000-gallon minimum usage threshold. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. The Tennessee Tech women's basketball team won the OVC title outright over the weekend, beating Lindenwood 77-59. With the win, the Lady Eagles get the double bye into the conference tournament semifinals and will play Tennessee State, Southern Indiana, or Little Rock on Friday. The men will be the 5 seed and play UT Martin in the first round Wednesday. South Carolina women earned the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament after a coin flip yesterday. The Gamecocks in Texas tied atop the conference standings after 2 wins on Sunday. In the NHL yesterday, the Rangers topped the Predators 4-0 as Nashville falls to 21-32-7 on the season. Stars over the Blues 6-3. Hurricanes beat the Flames in overtime 2-1. Unranked Illinois topped number 15 Michigan 93-73 yesterday in college basketball. After being a 1-point game at halftime, the Illini scored 62 points in the second half. Join us tonight for girls basketball region semifinal games. On YouTube, Livingston plays Upperman and Sparta battles Franklin County. On the main UCR Facebook page, Pickett County plays Clark Range and Clay County battles East Robertson. And on UCR2 at 7:30, Cookeville plays Blackman. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
In Memphis, a man was arrested for allegedly attacking a couple's SUV with an axe following a crash. The older couple was driving down Poplar Avenue near Goodland Street Saturday morning when they were rear-ended by a driver in a Chevy Impala. The man exited the car with an axe and struck the SUV in the back window, driver's side door, and windshield while taunting the driver to get out. Brett Fong was arrested Thursday and charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and vandalism. Some Belle Meade residents speaking out against a plan to add a pedestrian walkway to the community's main thoroughfare. Many neighbors packed the city commission meeting Wednesday to share their concerns over the Belle Meade Boulevard beautification initiative. Local leaders presenting a plan to take a few feet from each side of the roadway in order to make room for folks who are on foot. Some local residents say that's taking away from the beauty and crafted landscaping that's already in place. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Me? I started smoking when I was 13. I always thought when the time came, I could quit. No problem. Then at 28, I tried to go cold turkey, and I found out how hard it really was. I made it all day without a smoke. Right until I met up with the guys. But I learned something that night. In fact, every time I tried to quit, there were more than a few, I learned a little more about what worked and what didn't work for me. And when I realized that I wasn't alone, that most people don't quit on their first or second attempt, I knew there was still hope. Today, I'm an ex-smoker. My only advice is to never, ever give up trying to quit.
If you're trying to quit smoking, the American Lung Association is here to help every step of the way. Visit quitterinU.org for tools, tips, and stories from smokers we've helped to finally quit for good. The American Lung Association. We support the quitter in you at quitterinYou.org.
Lawmakers in Tennessee preparing to require all tattoo artists to undergo human trafficking awareness training. Representative Mary Littleton proposed this legislation, which aims to equip shop operators and artists with the ability to recognize signs of trafficking. If passed, Tennessee would be the first state to implement this training. A Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency officer credited with saving 2 fishermen from recirculating waters near Rockford Dam in Blount County. WATE reporting a distressed vessel reported last week. Multiple TWRA officers responded to the scene. Officer Mike Rowley arrived at a patrol vessel and was able to make his way through the waters to the boat. Rowley was able to tie the men's boat to his and tow them both to safety. An ancient tooth discovered in East Tennessee 25 years ago belonged to a giant flying squirrel. Researchers at ATSU announcing it came from an extinct mammal more common to Asia and lived 5 million years ago. The tooth was unearthed at the Gray Fossil Site. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good Monday morning, folks. This is Anthony Taylor with your Upper Cumberland weather forecast. Despite the chilly temperatures this morning, we'll warm up nicely with highs topping out in the upper 50s under a sunny sky. Winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Clouds will be on the increase tonight ahead of our next storm system with lows around 40. Winds will pick up quite a bit, gusting to 25 miles per hour at times. Cloudy skies can be expected tomorrow with highs in the 60s. Winds may gust as high as 40 miles per hour with storms likely in the evening. Be sure to follow Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for more details on Tuesday's storm system.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7
Good morning,
and
Cookeville.
1400,
Jason
The
and
Hub.
Sheila here live in the Willow Window Studio. 7:35 now.
And we have Carolyn Isbell in with us. She is a member of the Cookeville Camera Club, and she's an artist. She takes beautiful pictures and also is a painter as well. We'll get into that. But first, the Cookeville Camera Club is having an exhibition at the Cookeville Art Gallery.
Yes,
I
right.
don't think I said that. Cookeville
It is the
Art
Cookeville
Center.
Art. Now you've confused me.
Now,
It's
see,
art studio and gallery.
That's it. That's it. Where Miss Terry Ritter, she's
Miss
works-
Terry's place.
Yeah, Miss Terry's place. That's it.
Absolutely.
So, how many pictures are in this exhibition?
Well, this one is really a huge one. It's got over 110 photos from 15 or more photographers in the area. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's one. I think it is the largest one that the Cookeville Camera Club has presented.
How many do you have?
I have 10, and I think everybody had about an average of 10, and some as many as 40. But not all of those, not all of our work is on the wall. So there's the beautiful studio there, and so the walls are covered with photos. But they've also set up tables for the overflow, so there's so much to look at.
Have you always been taking pictures? Sheila mentioned that you were retired, but were you all the time taking pictures, and this is just a continuation of?
Oh, yes, I have always taken pictures. I mean, I started on 35 millimeter, you had to develop the film back, but that was really just for fun. But I didn't get serious about my photography until about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was fortunate enough to take a class from Ty Kearney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really set me on the path to kind of knowing what I was doing. And I still don't really know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm aiming at. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know that name, that he's with the Herald Citizen, or was such a great photographer. And some of his work that he just took on his own is just such an artist. He is such an artist.
He
And
is.
to me, I think it's hard to make a still photo speak to you, and yet he does.
He does,
And
right.
You do the same thing, though.
Thank you. I really try. I'm not technically as good as some photographers, but I think I really do know how to do a composition because I look at photography and frame it like I would like a painting to look.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that makes a good picture? Oh, that makes a good picture. What is that though? I mean, is there a formula to it or no?
Well, probably there is. I mean, there are some definite rules to photography, such as the rule of thirds, what to put in the center, what to put on the left or the right. To me, what appeals as if you were just looking through a window at some particular thing, and it's, it's composed so that the light is shining just in the center of your photograph or from one side to the other. So it's, for me, very hard to explain, but I know it when I see it, and I try to capture it.
You're basically taking snapshots of what you think is beautiful.
Oh, exactly.
And it's like you do capture that moment, and you're like, if you don't think that life is just amazing,
exactly,
you're capturing all of that.
Oh, I love that. That's a very good description, and that's why I do photography, because life is amazing, and God has given us so much to enjoy.
A lot of beauty around here. They call us the New Gatlinburg,
exactly,
or the New Smokies, and you know what? They're right.
They are right. And as we were chatting just before the show, I meet so many people that move here, and one of the things that attracts so many people is all the natural beauty that surrounds us here on the Upper Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you just like to ride around and take photos, or you like to hike, or you like to get out and ride a bike, or go canoeing. I mean, it is a beautiful place.
Did you grow up here or
not grow up here? I moved up north from Mississippi.
When did you move here?
40 years ago.
Oh, so
yeah, I've been here a while.
Yeah. Were you amazed when you started going out and taking pictures of everything? Were you amazed at some of the stuff? Gosh, I've been here all this time, and I'm just now seeing this.
Every month I hear of some new place that people go, some new waterfall off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And in all the hiking that I've done, I still haven't made it to Virgin Falls myself. So that's a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hard one to get to, right, Sheila?
Yeah, I think that one is the one you kind of cross over in creeks.
It's a miles hike. It's not
8 miles in, I think, or something like that.
Well, you'd get some good pictures there, though.
Yeah, I intend to.
You took one at Cummings Falls. That's one in the exposition that we're talking about.
It is, and all the photos that I have in the exhibition this time, they're all local except one, which I took in the Smokies. But I wanted to just put things in that were dear to my heart locally, and I thought other people would say, oh, yeah, I love that. So they're all local. There's one even of our sweet 509 engine at the depot, which I love.
That's cool. When you see pictures now, there's so many filters, and now AI, golly.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a real photographer, someone who does photography, how much is that frowned upon?
I think most photographers really do not care for AI. I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
We go out in all weather and all times of day and try to capture what's out there. And for me personally, and I think other photographers just really don't like the idea of people just making it.
Well, the get is the most fun part.
Exactly.
Like at being there at the right time, the right moment, and you're capturing that beautiful moment. I mean, I love that. I would like to know more technically how to do photography myself, but that's fun.
It's like a memory. I mean, you're capturing memories, things that you did, and I know in both painting and AI now photography, there's a lot of AI, and it's confusing to people to look at things online and wonder what's real and what's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, 'cause some of it, if you don't pay attention, then it looks, like it's real. I mean, it does, but if you pay attention, and but of course AI keeps getting better and better, and the better it gets, the harder it is to tell. Like when it first came out, you'd be like, Oh yeah,
Yeah, it looked a little cheesy.
that's fake anymore.
Now you cannot tell, and it's
Yeah.
just. I'm sure that yours are so beautiful. They've probably accused you of using AI. I know they do with one of mine that was like the sky was just beautiful. It was like on fire. They're like, is that AI? Did you do anything to them? I was like, no, I took that picture myself.
Yeah, I was out trying to get pictures with my phone of the planets this weekend, and
Just didn't work good, did it? Yeah.
it's silly. I mean, I saw some great pictures that people had taken. I guess there's a special lens.
Oh, I'm sure they used
for
a real good-
space
yeah.
or whatever.
There is, and I do not have that.
I wish I did, because I mean they were you could see Mars and see why. I mean, you had that little red tinge to it. You could see that it was red. I thought, man, this would be so cool to be able to take a actual picture of.
Well, there are people who do astrophotography who are serious about it. They actually
Astrophotography.
Yeah. Stars or planets.
I just hadn't heard that before.
Right. They will actually hook their camera up with it's got a special lens. It's hooked to a computer and sometimes a telescope.
Mhm.
So it's not things you have lying around the house
Yeah.
normally. So
I keep telling my wife I need all the stuff to do astro pictures.
You would like that.
Yeah. Honey, I need to get on Amazon and order some astro picture stuff today.
Astrophotography.
We've got more with Carolyn coming up just a little bit, and an exhibit going on at the Cookeville Art, not Center.
And Gallery.
Studio.
Art Studio and Gallery.
Studio and gallery.
We'll talk to her about that coming up a little bit more here on Good Morning Cookeville with Jason and Sheila, live in the Willow Window Studio.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. One of our clients said something interesting about why he chose us. He said the financial advisor he had worked with up to this point in his life wasn't the one to get him through retirement. Is that you? You've made it this far, but you recognize you don't get a do-over when you're actually in retirement. It's not too late to feel confident about your financial future. The first step is easy. Set up a phone consultation or in-person meeting with any of our offices by calling us at 615-851-1950 or just go to paulwinkler.com.
And now located in Cookeville. Join the Tennessee Tech softball team for an in-state OVC rival 3-game series this weekend, March 8th through the 9th, against Tennessee State, over at the Tennessee Tech softball field next to the Averitt Express Baseball Complex, off Willow Avenue. All 3 games are free, so come out and support the Tennessee Tech softball team this weekend as they take on OVC rival Tennessee State. For more info, visit ttusports.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Hey guys, it's Philip Gibbons for Carlin Chevrolet. Aren't you tired of being sold a car by the other guys? And once you leave the lot, the dealership acts like they don't even know you anymore? Well, at Carlin Chevrolet, they're not in the business of just selling cars. They're in the business of making you family by having the #1 customer service in the Upper Cumberland for over 10 years and lifetime oil changes. Carlin Chevrolet on the corner of Spring and Willow or carlinchevrolet.com. Carlin Chevrolet. Upfront, honest, home.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Izervay or avastin-capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila with you. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:49 now.
And Carolyn Isbell is with us. She is with the Cookeville Camera Club. She's also an artist. And yes, I called you an artist. You're a painter and a photographer. Some artists, they're like, I'm not an artist yet. Is that how you feel sometimes?
Well, yes, because we're always practicing our art. So that means we're always developing. We've got a goal that we're heading towards. So it is. But I like to be called an artist. I think
you are one.
Thank you. But we all are in some way. Whatever our art is. Mine is painting and photography.
Did painting come before photography, or did photography come before painting for you?
For me, painting came first. I was one of those kids. I always was painting or drawing on my homework and whatever. Got in trouble for that. Of course, I didn't have time for it after I went to college and later got married and had my son and had a career. So getting seriously into developing my art occurred when I retired about 10 years ago.
Did you stay doing it, though, the whole time you were?
Privately, yes. Yeah, I did. But still, for me, I need a time during the day where I can really just forget about lunch and anything else that needs to be done and paint. And I can't do it in small spurts of time. So during the years I was working and raising my son, I really didn't have time to do that.
So how do you choose what is going to be the subject of your painting? I think that's hard.
It is hard. And some people have the idea that art is not an emotional thing, that it is just a practice that you do.
I don't think that.
I
figured everybody thought it was an emotional thing. I mean,
for me it is.
Isn't art about feelings?
For me it is, yeah. But for some people it's a business. I mean, they go into their studio.
Well, that's no fun.
I know it would get. I think that would get boring to paint from 8 to 4 every day and have a certain amount that you're going to get done.
It's almost like when the mood strikes and you're like, I've got to go paint.
Right.
I've got to paint this. Is it something that you've seen or something you felt or a little bit of both?
A little both. I think you've got it. I just, for one thing, my photography lately informs my painting, and I see so many beautiful things around me, and I try to capture them with my camera. And after a while, I want to try to express some of that on the canvas. So that is my one of my forms of encouragement. Before that, I was looking at everybody else's photos and going, wow, that would make a great painting. Now I do mine. I do paint mostly from photographs. A lot of people paint from nature. I find that also difficult because you have to carry everything outside you have to go out when the light is right, and the light is constantly changing. So I like to try to capture it and then take it back into the studio.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
To get out right now and it's cold. Yeah. And it's windy. I mean,
that's going to mess up the mood real quick.
Well, you see it on the movies all the time. They're outside painting
and it looks great.
Right, but they're not taking into account gnats and flies getting into your paint.
And of course, the movies is an art form too, so they make it all look great and beautiful.
They do, of course they do, but it's like there's no way that they're just there by the ocean, and their paint's not smearing everywhere from.
Or the paint dries too much because there's all this wind.
Yeah, there's no way that that's turning out like that.
Well, your colors and your shadings, I'm not one that I appreciate art, but I don't know all the right terminology. But I mean, that's what amazes me. You've done some people in yours.
Some people, and I love to do people, but
isn't that harder?
It is harder. You can draw or paint a person that you made up and make it look really good. But if you try, for me, some people are just gifted at it, I suppose, to paint an actual person. I mean, if you're 1/4 of an inch off with the spacing between their eyes, it's no longer that person.
Right.
So that's difficult. But I love painting animals, and I do love painting people, but my true passion is landscape. Mostly what I do is called tonalism, and it is for me capturing more of a mood than the actual image. You want to, with the light, often sunset and sunrise, just trying to capture the mood and the emotion of that moment, which so many of us do enjoy, the sunrise and the sunset.
Yeah. We've had some beautiful sunsets the past few days. Past few days have just been astonishing how beautiful that they've been.
No AI needed.
No, and you know, it's been nice with the leaves still off the trees when that sun does set, and then you can see all the detail from the trees. That's a pretty cool picture.
Very, very cool. It does evoke some emotion for you.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Yeah, and I think it does for most people. And I want my paintings to do that also.
It's your colors and everything. It's all of that. It's just gorgeous.
With everybody having a camera in their pocket now. I mean, I know that you probably have something that's a little bit nicer. You're doing this as a full-fledged, whether you claim you're an artist or if this is a hobby, you're still going all out with it. So I'm sure you have some nicer stuff. For those of us who just want to take some pictures using our phone, do you have any pointers with that?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, you can do a great job with a cell phone. I take a lot of lots. In fact, often my phone says, okay, I'm not taking any more photos. You've got too many. But you can do really good, or really well. But I get a lot of pointers off of YouTube. You just Google what you want to learn, and for either the iPhone or for the Android. I shoot with an Android. My phone is an Android.
YouTube, you can learn anything off YouTube.
Surgery, whatever.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't trust somebody that just learned surgery through YouTube, would you?
I really feel like I could do anything after watching.
He's like, no, I could be a doctor. That's the problem with him. He thinks like once he's watched something, he can do it.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
great attitude.
if it turned out good for them, it's going to turn out good for you.
And then you get those videos that what you thought you doing with what you turned out. This is what I was aiming for. This is.
I always have to go through a lot of YouTube videos to make sure it's what I need to do. But I've turned into a really good appliance
there you go.
fixer.
Right. And plumbing.
And plumbing, yes. And very light electrical work.
Okay.
I've found that I can.
Well,
very light electrical.
Very light.
Don't. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah. Because we do have to pass that inspection.
That's right.
Electricity is a dangerous hobby.
I've only electrocuted myself a few times.
Only a few times.
Yeah.
I'm still here, so I did well. Right.
I would change something on the toilet, but I'm not messing with the electricity. So.
Yeah. Well, the toilet, once you learn to do that, then they expect you to do it all the time. It's like, look, I can do it, or we can call a professional and have this done in minutes.
Yeah.
Or do you want this done in an hour?
Right.
Yeah. And we always choose minutes.
There you go.
Yeah. Above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But All right, so we have an exhibit.
Yeah.
And when does that start this weekend?
Oh no, it starts this morning.
Oh, this morning.
Yeah, at 10
Well,
o'clock.
what are you doing here?
I don't know. No, Sheila kindly invited me because she saw that announcement on Facebook that it was opening. It'll be all this month. Opening at 10 o'clock this morning. I think the usual hours for the Cookeville Art Gallery and Studio are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday. So the club members were busy this weekend getting that exhibit set up, and it is fully set up and ready to be viewed starting at 10 o'clock this morning. Now, this next Sunday, the 9th, there will be an opening reception on Sunday when the gallery is not normally open, and it'll be from 1:30 until 4, and all the photographers will be on hand for you to meet and greet.
Oh, that'll be great.
Ask about their work if you have questions. There'll be some light refreshments. You'll have the chance to vote on, I believe, your 3 favorite photos and to purchase any of the photographs that are for sale. So I'm
Are all of them for sale or just a few?
I'd say most.
Most.
But I'm sure some will be not for sale. And we've got the work of some very fine photographers in there who are professionals, not just hobbyists as myself, like Helga Skinner.
Oh, yeah.
And things. Bill Miller, Sandy Miller, Ron Durant. So there'll be some top-notch photographers.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. You can find out more information there on their website. Thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Good morning, Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio.
The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400 WHUB Cookeville.